Little did you know, I've been recording since 2 a.m. today.
I included mine with cartel and gang members because I couldn't find anything just about the cartel.
Well, see, yeah, that I did. I did cartel too.
Dude, I found so much on the cartel.
I couldn't find really anything.
Too, but I also, because I'm doing feminism, I also have mine on violence against women.
Fair enough.
Joe,
yeah, that's a little bit harder than mine, where I literally just have to tell the history of the cartel, basically.
Mine's basically the clothing.
All right. Who's starting off? We're gonna do a
Let's
poll
just
real
ask
quick. Nope. We're pulling names. Wheel of names.
Pause your stream or I'm gonna kiss you.
Who, me? By the way, I'm keeping that in.
I don't care. It's literally not the worst thing I've said in class, so I don't think anybody cares.
For real. All right. First one up is actually Cameron.
No.
I just pressed it, Cameron. I literally just pressed it. You can look at my screen and it says
I watched
Cameron.
them do it too.
Double down.
No, we're not. All right, we'll double down. But if it's you, you have to edit the podcast.
No, I can't edit, bro. I don't even know how to edit.
To edit the podcast.
No way!
That's actually some diabolical shit.
All right, Cameron, you're actually first.
I don't know what to do.
Just talk about your side. What criticism are you?
Your critical lens.
A Marxist.
All right, you're Marxist.
And talk about how the Marxist lens can. You can like talk about how you found like your information and about your information.
Found my information by looking it up.
But also we shouldn't have it as a based on like all of this is a podcast. I think we should all be talking generally in the same time frame about the same stuff, but the person leading their role should like lead it. Dude, I'm being touched right now in Overwatch. No way.
Yeah, let's finish the wheel and see who goes like second, third, and fourth, and fifth, and sixth.
Bro, I'm just gonna talk. I'm just gonna do it. All right, I'm gonna do the first one. All right,
just start talking, and I'll hop in whenever you talk about anything that's related to mine. I mean, like it's not that hard.
Well, I still need to get all my information out. All right. Anyways, criticism is historical criticism, so I'm gonna be talking about history of the El Salvador Cartel. Technically the history, but how it's kind of developed. At first, obviously, it didn't start very strong. It
hop into this. How like a lot of them got in there is through the U.S.
Well, yeah,
criminals in California were getting deported to El Salvador, and since they're like a very small country, they couldn't like keep up with like all these gang members coming in and making the place a muck.
Yeah. My best source of information, I would believe, is insightcrime.org. They're pretty good. Basically, after like around a decade, a lot of people lost their lives during the Civil War. And a lot of the former guerrillas or like military people, they didn't give up their weapons. So they just have weapons. That was like the first phase of this kind of the start of all the cartels. People that came from the war, they still have their weapons. And then it kind of split up into two different groups. During like it started to rise in street gangs, but then it became two different dominant ones. MS-13 and Barrero 18.
Yeah, I got a couple of sources too.
Yeah, a lot of young people for some reason got attracted to the gangs, so they just get stronger and stronger over time. And it's especially in cases for people who are not in the best place financially or with bad family members and crap like that.
Like a lot of organized crimes too, like pirate goods, illegal drugs, trafficking in it, probably human trafficking too.
Yeah, and when that ties into human trafficking, I was looking at what website is it? It's the state government website. The 2024 trafficking persons report for El Salvador, and it says, pull it up, that it's most of the trafficking is women and children, and then some LGBTQ people are targeted as well. But it's not just them too. It's there's some men that are targeted for forced labor, and they're brought all across South America and America.
Yeah,
no, it's pretty messed up, bro.
It's gotta be, bro. That's gotta be a terrifying experience if you think about it.
Like I We got it real easy in America. I'm gonna say that.
On God, on God.
We get it really easy in America.
Yeah. Yeah, literally,
gain
like,
power.
almost all of my
Like-
sources say that after the war in El Salvador, that's basically the first lead up to all of the cartel because of the weapons that people got from it.
Also, like, on my website, one of my sources, the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley, like, a lot of, like, violence, like, came from, like, failed government policies, economic marginalizations, and deportations in politics, a lot of that stuff back in the 90s.
But yeah, talking about government policies, as they were bad, they have gotten better over the past couple years. Especially back in it was March 27th, 2022. After in response to a bunch of gang killings, I think there was 82 gang killings within 2 days. The government called it a state of emergency, and they've extended that state of emergency 34 times up to date. So it's still considered state of emergency, and it was a war on gang activity.
The gangs started out basically and primarily did extortion, domestic drug distribution, and kidnapping, like your normal like gang things.
Yeah,
They
Yeah.
sold like marijuana, crack, powder, cocaine, amphetamines, all of that. But on rare occasions, they were also contracted by larger organizations to basically serve as killers or like hitmen. That's insane.
Yeah, they started as hitmen,
Yeah, that's so
Kind of.
wild.
and then later on they've stopped, like, since hitmen stopped getting like a quote popularity, like they stopped becoming popular. They started like becoming their own gang and doing it on their own anyways, without being paid to do it.
Yeah, it also says in 2012, Salvadorian government and Catholic Church leaders brokered a truce between Barrio 18 and MS-13, which is, I'm surprised they could even do that and keep that. I highly
One
doubt.
source I found, but I forgot what it was called. They were police were like stopping anyone that like looked like they had like ties to gangs, like tattoos.
Yeah, so I saw that too. And yeah, any kind of gang tattoo related, there's like
Like gang affiliation, any like
I think up to date, it's like 83,000 people have been taken into custody regarding gang violence since 2022.
or like then one of them said like the guy had a crack pipe in his pocket.
Yeah, that also leads to cultural part of the cartel. But like the gang tattoos and stuff, like their clothing attire.
Yeah, and dude, all of the gangs and like all of the violence in El Salvador made it to where it is literally like the highest kill rate place. My
Yeah.
source says it's like 100 per 100,000 people get killed, and that's the highest in the world outside of just a war zone.
So what I'm finding right now, an article from USIP.org is showing how biased the cartel has an effect on people. So with San Salvador's historical certain teams with commerce, some 40,000 veterans not only fill with the downtown areas with for some markets, but it surrounded streets and stuff. So like what I'm seeing here is how biased everyone thinks the war is going on right now. So in 2016, it was in the early stages of the cartel, having about 70% of the war on just cartel. But in 2023, the number of homicides found how biased in Central America countries found the security authorities finding how so in 2016. Yeah, the number of murders were with feminists in the female category had higher effect. Not instead of males, it's just more females having more bias towards the president.
Well, yeah, well, we can count that as both you and Nolan. Actually,
Yeah, because I was looking at it too, and I was looking at the female statistics, and most of the female killings are usually related to their gender. It usually outweighs any other circumstance.
Yeah.
I had a graph pulled up from I think it was back to 2019. What is it called?
Oh yeah, then they like also just believe that women just weren't strong enough to be part of the cartel or anything like that. Like they
You would
couldn't
know.
join because they were just a woman.
Yeah, here I got it right here. So, like per capita per 1,000 women in El Salvador from 2014 to 2022. It originally started at 2014 being 3.7, and then it hopped up almost double to 2015 where it was 8.5, and then it became 2016 and became 7.9. 2017 is an 8.3, so it's an increase. And then we start to see a decrease in 2018 when it goes to 7.1. And then I'm pretty sure this has to do with something with the president becoming I think it was the 81st president of El Salvador.
You're talking about Nayib
Yeah, I was just
Bukele?
gonna say, like, before I even tried to pronounce his name, I was not gonna be able to pronounce it right. So that's why I was just saying it.
Wait, he's the what president? The what number?
Office, I think it's the 81st. I think I wrote it.
He came into office in June 2019.
Yeah, but then you see from 2018 7.1, and then then it drops way down to 3.5, and then in 2020, you've got 2.2 is it in 2020, but in 2021 it raised 0.2%, but then it goes down to 1.6 in 2022, and I think that has to do with relating towards the gang because of the trafficking. And I feel the trafficking has just something to do with it because women are the majority of trafficked victims. Well, when you look at it, when it's the oppression of women, when you're having all these women being killed just for the reason of them being or being related to them being a woman, that's out of control. There shouldn't be any killings related to anything like that. Like, it's insane to look at how bad it is right now.
One of my sources say that they estimate that MS-13 receives around like $31 million a year.
But yeah, leading way back about the tattoos and stuff. There's they had like completely different tattoos. Two of them, which I am very clear of, because my father used to be part of the cartel when he was a lot younger.
No way.
No way,
Yeah.
bro. No way.
Yes. Yeah, he had the teardrop, which was under his eye, and sometimes I don't know if
Like
he had
every person in jail has a teardrop tattoo.
no, like the cartel he was in Mexico, and some of them. But with that, they have like the three circles in a triangle formation. But I'll send you some more pictures, Malachi, of like more other tattoos. Like some of them, like a tattoo is like the number 21 on their back, or like a gun, like a gun on their hip. Like they'll have a gun on their hip sometimes, or like on their like chest, they'll have a handprint tattooed. For the Mexican mafia, actually, in California, they would have the handprint on their chest.
Yeah, the teardrop tattoo, it says that it's popular with people who have death of people who like were close to them. But for gangs and like cartels as in Mexico, it usually means like murders that the person has done.
Yeah. What about that like that triangle formation, like the circles? For legal reasons, I will clear this up now. My father is no longer a part of the cartel or anything like that. He is a clean man.
I'm just not
Not
gonna
even.
I'm not gonna add this. I'm not gonna add this.
Wow. He is now a U.S. citizen, and he is clear of everything. He's no longer. He's gotten those tattoos removed. All that.
All right, so
Let's
another
get
thing
to, because
I've been
he hasn't talked much.
yeah, I know I'm trying to get some points, you know what I mean? But okay. So another thing I found for my side is how El Salvador's president. Okay, bro. So El Salvador's president,
I'm
like I
sorry.
found somehow El Salvador's president was in the since he's been in power since 2019, right? So with the brutal crackdowns and stuff, the gangs have terrorized for nation decades. When his popularity soared, his government had been accused of human rights abuses and dismantling democratic institutions. So like with that, it connects to M13 gang and the MS-13 leaders, since they're known today as the Ranfla National. They were found how about a decade ago. So the terrorists and stuff were found putting together in how they were wanting to team up with the president. This is on ice.gov, right, by the way, if you want to look at it. But the Los Grandes Distoners, which I don't really know what it goes to, but they found how the FBI and HSI was offered $20,000 in rewards for keeping the information secret, which I don't think how the president might be keeping something secret from the public.
Are we done? All right. Do you guys want to?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm good.